The call came at 12:43 p.m. "Mr. Hale, it's Principal Everett. You need to come to the school right now, but park in the back lot. Don't use the main entrance." Her tone wasn't urgent, it was afraid. When I arrived, every classroom blind was closed. The hallways were silent. 2 police cars waited near the gym. She met me at the side door. Her face looked carved from ice. "We found something horrifying," she said quietly, glancing toward the officers. "In your daughter's locker." The words didn't make sense. My daughter. The one who painted stars on her bedroom ceiling? Who still called me Dad like it meant something solid? "What did you find?" She hesitated. Then a series of photographs. Printed. Old ones. And letters written to someone she calls real father. My throat closed. Real father. They led me to her locker. It was already open. The contents lay neatly displayed on a table beside it. Police methodical. Photos. Dozens of them. My daughter as a toddler, in the same house where my wife swore no camera had ever been used. In some, a man's hand rested gently on her shoulder. Not mine. The same hand appeared in every picture. Strong. Familiar. In one, my wife smiled at the photographer. Intimate. Unposed. I didn't ask questions. Not yet. The principal touched my arm. "We don't think your daughter meant harm. She said she found these hidden in her mother's closet. She thought you already knew." Knew what? The officers looked away when I reached for the envelope marked DNA test. It was half open, dated 5 years ago. The seal broken. The name beneath? Father. Not mine. A slow pressure built behind my eyes, like glass about to fracture. My wife hadn't just lied. She'd built a family on the ashes of someone else's truth. I went home before she returned from work. The house felt smaller now, as if the walls themselves had overheard everything and refused to keep quiet. In the drawer beside her bed, I found the matching documents. Emails, a correspondence that went back more than a decade, between her and a man named Thomas Raines. He lived 2 towns over, married, 2 kids, and apparently a daughter, mine by law, but not by blood. I sat there, scrolling through years of hidden messages, photographs exchanged, plans disguised as nostalgia. She'd told him about our vacations, the first day of kindergarten, every moment I'd thought was mine alone. At 2 a.m., I printed everything, a file thick with betrayal. By morning, I knew what I needed to do. I didn't confront her, not yet. I needed to see him. I drove to Raines's house, watched him leave for work, watched his real family kiss him goodbye. Normal, content, unaware. He didn't know, I realized. The emails came from a burner account. She'd hidden her name behind a pseudonym. She hadn't told anyone the full truth, not even him. That was the moment I understood her completely. She didn't cheat for love. She cheated for control. That evening, I sat across from her at dinner. She smiled like she always did, too easily. "How was your day?" she asked. "Eventful," I said. "The school called." Her fork paused midair. "Is she okay?" "Oh, she's fine," I replied softly, "but you might want to sit down." I slid the printed photos across the table. The letters. The test. The silence that followed was unbearable. Her face drained of color. "Where did you—" "In our daughter's locker." Tears welled. Not of guilt, of exposure. She opened her mouth, closed it, then whispered, "You don't understand. I was trying to protect her." "From the truth?" I asked. She nodded weakly. I leaned forward. "Then why lie to me?" Her voice broke. "Because you loved her like she was yours, and she believed it. I couldn't take that away." For a long time, neither of us spoke. The clock ticked between us like a detonator. Finally, I stood. "You already did." She came home the next day to an empty house. The furniture remained, The photos did not. Every frame that once held family moments now displayed the truth. The DNA report, the letters, the man's face enlarged from the old photos. Each room told the story she'd buried. In the kitchen, on the table, sat a single envelope addressed to her. Deliver to Real Father. Inside was a USB drive. It contained everything. The affair, the deception, the years of falsehood, all neatly arranged, labeled, time-stamped. And one final note. Now he knows what you made me live through, what she will someday learn. You built a life on lies. Consider this my demolition. I didn't wait for her reaction. I never intended to see it. I imagined the sound of her breath catching, the horror spreading as she realized there was no one left to manipulate. Not me, not him, just the truth. I drove until the town disappeared behind me. The road stretched forward, quiet, endless. Somewhere in that silence, I thought about my daughter, about how innocence is just borrowed time before reality collects its debt. I would tell her, one day, not in anger, not to destroy her mother, but to free her from her bloodline's curse. Deception, control, fear, they end with me. At the next rest stop, I parked, watched the horizon darken. In the rearview mirror, I saw my own face, calm, hollow, unfamiliar. The man who once believed in love had died quietly in a school hallway. What remained was something sharper, cleaner, free. I lit a cigarette I didn't want, exhaled the first truth I'd spoken all day. She was never mine. Then I smiled, faint and final. But she'll know what kind of man her real father lost to.